Alright, so it's pretty obvious that Kaylin consistently works to get better. Let's look at the Olympic break, where she developed a floater in just 1 month. If you give her time away like an off season, which is 7 months long, we can only imagine what she is going to make happen in that long off season. Listen, if you can't tell already, I lost my voice, but that doesn't stop anything. I know the withdrawals is hitting hard right now, and I'll be damned if I don't deliver, you know what I'm saying? But listen, ladies and gentlemen, once again, episode 2.
Welcome to Fever Fridays.
Listen, man. Kaylin was in the grind for a year straight with no real breaks coming out of college, while Iowa sold out every home and away game to get thrown in straight into the Wnba season right after that. Listen. Going through college, straight into the WNBA, that is insane to do for 12 months straight. You got to practice condition, lift, go through hardships, mental pressure. Like, it's so much. Carry a team for 4 months straight. Like, Kaylin was doing it all. My hat is tipped off. You know what I'm saying? I'm tipping my hat off to Kaylin. Listen, though. All right? She didn't miss a single game either. This girl's engine is unheard of, and I cannot wait to get back to Fever basketball. We have about 195 more days of waiting, okay? 195 more days of waiting. Just know the Caitlin that we saw this year is the foundation of Kaylin's true level, meaning this is her floor level potential-wise. It does not get any worse than this. It might sound crazy to say that when she averaged 19 points. 8 assists and 5 rebounds. That basically means Kaylin's worst is being a top 3 in MVP conversations. Let that sink in. Kaylin's floor level is being top 3 in MVP conversation while not even playing her best basketball up until the Olympic break due to the lineups and rotations Christy Size had her out there with and running plays that don't fit Kaylin and Kelsey's style of play. You know, we went over this a million times. That's when Kaylin really started taking off. Kaylin won first team all WNBA. Let's make some noise for Kaylin. Miss C22 herself. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark, okay? She won first team all WNBA, and this is the first rookie since Candace Parker to be selected all WNBA first team. Funny enough, Candace won MVP in that year, but Kaylin, like in 2008, but Kaylin didn't win MVP. Let's get into that, okay? Because I said that topic is still, like, I still didn't retire that conversation. So the year Candace Parker won Rookie of the Year over Diana Taurasi, Cappie Pondexter, and Simone Augustus. I'm sorry if I'm saying their names wrong. Diana Taurasi was the scoring leader that year, okay? Let's look at Diana Taurasi. She had 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, all right? Now let's show Candace Parker's numbers. They already see 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Diana Taurasi was number 1 in leading the league in scoring, right? Candace Parker was number 4. So Candace Parker still won it over Taurasi despite averaging less points. In this situation, compared to Aja and Kaylin, Aja wins it over Kaylin, but Kaylin averages less points but averages more assists. We're going to get into all that, right? Let's show Candace Parker's number now. We're getting somewhere. Just stay with me, all right? All right. 18 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Keep in mind, Candace Parker's percentages were better than Diana Taurasi's, and Kaylin's percentages were better than Aja's. So in this case, if Candace Parker can win it over Diana Taurasi when Diana Taurasi is the leading scorer, then why can't Kaylin win it over Aja if Kaylin has the better percentages and Kaylin is averaging more in the stat that matters? Because of rebounds and assists, we already seen this with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Assists, I'm taking assists over rebounds 10 times out of 10 times. 7 days out of the week and twice on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm going to be honest. I would have gave Aja the edge on having a better field goal percentage on more attempts because that's still impressive. But Kaylin had the better three-point percentage, which is way tougher to do on more attempts than Aja. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's self-explanatory. Also, keep in mind, Aja averages 3 more free throws than Kaylin. And Kaylin does not play to the whistle. Her game is not to draw fouls, foul bait, or nothing. And she doesn't even get the whistle. She's gotten abused. She's gotten, like, slammed, poked in the eye with no whistles. Imagine how much she would average if she got the same calls that Aja's been getting. Not taking anything away from Aja, because I know some fans out there might lose it. I just want to see the fairness that Caitlyn, I'm saying, I just want to see the fairness. But Caitlyn holds the edge on Asia for me personally with the 3-point percentage and the free throws having a 90% free throw percentage. That's insane. Caitlyn Clark has a 90% free throw percentage. Like, let's put Caitlyn on the screen. Okay, the point that I'm making is people bring up scoring being a big reason why Caitlyn didn't win MVP over Asia, right? Let's talk outside of scoring for a second, because that's not the only thing that factors into MVP, obviously, or Candace Parker would have never won it because they would have given it to Diana Taurasi, right? So you can't contradict yourself. That's all I'm asking for is some consistency in the WNBA. Like, as an NBA fan, and this is my first year watching the WNBA, I just want to see consistency. I see consistency. I'm not saying Caitlyn has to win every award, but if we have a criteria in place already, I want Caitlyn to be rewarded with, you know what I'm saying? Don't take it away from her just because she has a big influence. Like, it's just not fair, you know what I'm saying? It gives jealousy, it gives hatred and envious energy, you know what I'm saying? But listen, let's talk about outside of scoring. What is the next best thing? What is the next best thing these two stars offer to their team? Let's start with Asia. Besides her scoring, she's not as impactful on the floor. Hear me out. With just her rebounding, you cannot win games by relying on just rebounding. Now let's talk about outside of scoring for Caitlyn. What can Caitlyn bring to her team? She can assist, leading the league at 8 assists. In all reality, Caitlyn's average of 8 assists are far more valuable than Asia's 11 rebounds. You may ask me why. Plus, keep in mind that Caitlyn is still averaging a high amount of rebounds for a guard. She's averaging 5 rebounds as a point guard. That's insane, okay? Let's not forget that. And Asia, I would give her a little leeway if she was averaging like at least 5 assists. You know what I'm saying? Like somewhere, like, but it's not. She's averaging like 3 or 2 assists. Let's move on, okay? Throughout the history of basketball, how many point guards brought success to their teams with the way they facilitate? Steve Nash with the Suns. Y'all know Steve Nash facilitated. Yes, Steve Nash could score the ball. We all know Steve Nash could score the ball, but he was a facilitator. When you hear Steve Nash, when you hear the Pistol Pete's, like when you hear, like, y'all get what I'm trying to say, like. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Steve Nash is a facilitator and Caitlin Clark is a facilitator. But just because Caitlin Clark happens to be an offensive machine, a monster, do not take away her passing. Do not look at her. And then, like, that's the thing, is distracting to the point where I personally feel like sometimes she don't get a whistle because of how great she is. I wouldn't be surprised if the referees were in awe of what they're seeing in front of them. They've never seen something like this happen. Imagine being a professional referee for 27 years or 20 plus years, and somebody walks through your arena and starts doing things that you don't even know how to call because she's manipulating the game to the point where you don't even know what's happening. So now you're trying to study it and be a professional like that. Like, I understand a little bit, but then it's the other side where it's like, I don't know if people talking, you know what I'm saying, calls is being made, so it gets weird. But like I said, okay, I went off topic for a second. Jason Kidd, Rajon Rondo, like, they all comparisons with Caitlin Clark with her facilitating core vision wide, Chris Paul. And for the WNBA, we've never had a dominant facilitator like Caitlin who plays modern random basketball. When I say random basketball, there are teams out there that has to play within like a schematic. Like, they have a foundation in place that it makes them predictable, okay? And Caitlin Clark even has a interview, one of her last post-game interviews, where she was saying that, like, right before they went to the playoffs, like, this is why I like our team, because we're unpredictable. You don't know how to guard us because we don't even know what we're gonna do. We go out there based on what defenses y'all playing, and that is the best kind of basketball because it's chameleon. Y'all know me, I call it chameleon Clark. She's gonna adapt to whatever her environment is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I was saying, right? She can dissect anything the defenses throw at her with her core vision, her IQ, her scoring aggression alone is what opens up these opportunities for her teammates. So Caitlin does not average 30 because she can't. She doesn't average 30 because the defense is double and triple team her each night. And she puts team basketball above her own personal gains. You know what I'm saying? She puts team basketball above her own personal gains. You cannot complain. You can't ask for more. Like, this girl, her morals, like, she was raised right. You could tell, right? Let's move on. Now let's get into some C22 film, okay? I want to talk about Caitlin Clark. Let's get into it. And if y'all hear the sirens in the background, do not mind it. All right? This is why we working hard right now, so we can get out of this environment. Let's move on, all right? So listen. Caitlin Clark had her career high on three-pointers made June 6th, pre-Olympic break when everything was chaotic. Y'all hear these sirens, right? And the fever had no identity, but I've noticed even when I watched like back her Iowa days with y'all remember, right, during the Olympic break, that Caitlyn rarely ever misses when she shoots going left. Like, when she's going left, there is little to nothing that you can do to stop this girl, okay? Now, for example, look right here. So she gets the ball poked out her hands, right? Boom. Girl goes on the floor. Now, guess what? You're giving Kaylin some time. They pick her up. Now, you know, you can kick to Kelsey. You can kick to Christy Wallace. But guess what? When Kaylin goes left, that like poking the ball might have pissed her off. I'm going to be honest. She goes left, shoots over a double team. Like, this girl is crazy. All right, now this is what I want to talk about too. I wanted to point this out because this is what I want to see majority of next year. Okay, next season I want to see plays being run for Kaylin consistently, constantly. I don't care what word you want to say. I just want Kaylin in constant movement, constant action being set for her, and that's all. I don't want her running out there just wasting air. I want her air being used. You know what I'm saying? Don't just have her running up and down. Utilize the best player in the world. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Right here. Nalissa Smith set a little brush screen or ghost screen for Erica Wheeler. And guess what? You got Katie Lou. This is when the lineups was all out of place. So just bear with us, okay? Katie Lou pinned down on Kaylin. This is basically a floppy. This is not even a pin down. This is like a floppy. You barely see this happening nowadays. But this is a floppy where they will set a screen on a player moving away for the player moving away from the basket to catch the ball. And you know what I'm saying? Set up for normally a 3-point shot. So you got a floppy action right here going on. Kaylin catches it going left. It don't matter if it's a hand in her face. She's going left. She got enough room to get it off. And this is C22 in action. C22. Light work.
She can still control that shot.
Yup. Now listen right here, right? Y'all, how many times Caitlin Clark is a genius when it comes to crossing over? And I'm not talking about crossing over handles wise. I'm talking about crossing over like snaking somebody, right? Like, look, this is what you call snake. Like, usually it's called snake in the screen, but Caitlin snakes her defenders, right? So right here, what she's doing, she puts her body on her and snakes around her body, right? Because now the defense that was set up to trap you right here on the right wing, you just threw off their whole plan, and now you're going to the weak side where there ain't as many defenders. So she crosses this side, and the center has to pick her up now because the defender that was there to trap her has to drop down on Aaliyah now, right? Genius activity from Caitlin. And we know when Caitlin gets the big switched onto her, what have we been saying for all these months? She's going to shoot it. Why? Because even if she misses, Aaliyah is down there to rebound on a mismatch, right? Now, guess what she does? Side steps on the center, C22. Yo, this girl is a menace, okay? Once again, what do we have here? Katie Lou. This one is a pin down. A pin down is when the offensive player is setting a screen to get somebody else open, and the screen is facing the baseline, right? So what is she doing? Katie Lou sets the baseline. Caitlin catches it going left. Good pass. Another three. Oh my God. Now y'all understand that this is probably one of the only games that they ran this many sets to get Caitlin open, and they didn't even run that many sets for Caitlin to get open because a lot of the times Caitlin created her own look. But at least even if you get Caitlin going with sets early on, she can create her own looks as the game going because her confidence is high. She knows where the rim is. Like, the rim might be the size of the ocean right now. You know what I'm saying? So look, Caitlin hits the bricks. Oh my goodness. Man, listen. I'm ready for FIBA basketball to start up. Look at that girl right now. Caitlin Clark just put that girl in a wagon and pushed her down a hill. Like, look at how far this girl is. They was just together. Like, they was just locked in together. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was just riding Caitlin to the three-point line. Caitlin snaps back behind her back, and that girl, is in another stratosphere right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, give that girl a map. But look, though. Deep three for Caitlin. Over. Like, you cannot... I will never get tired of this. I will never get tired of this, man. Listen to this. Caitlin, this is what happened when you get Caitlin going. 3-point game. Caitlin sidesteps this girl right over those. Oh my God. Understand that this girl can get going like this, on fire. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Another like Nalissa. This is like a Iverson cut right here, but there just wasn't another center. Okay. So Iverson cuts usually when they will go under the first screen, like Nalissa right here. And let's say Katie Lou was right here, and Kaylin will go over that screen to get the ball, right? So it's an Iverson cut. Kaylin catches it, doesn't think twice about it, and goes up. This girl is a menace, okay? And listen, ladies and gentlemen. This is how real it is. 9,400 is right around the corner. Smash that like button, smash that sub button. If you enjoyed this FIFA Fridays, let me know. I apologize if I couldn't be up to par with my, you know what I'm saying, my voice. But listen, Venom is on the injury report listed as a day-to-day. I'll make it up to y'all. I love y'all, and I'm going to see y'all in the next FIFA Friday. Let's go.